Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
And a good Friday evening, everyone. Welcome to Lander Valley High School for Lander Tigers football on 1330 KOVE with a live streaming video at county10.com. I am Scott Fuller, welcoming you into the Porter's Tailgate Show. It's brought to you, as always, by Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. Once again, welcome to Lander. Glad to have you with us tonight. Lander Tigers return home for the first of two games to close out their regular season, looking to get back on the right track in the 3A East. They're going to be working on their first conference win of the season in the 3A East. That's going to have to come against the Rawlins Outlaws if Lander is going to pull out the victory tonight. Rawlins entering the game. It's also winless in the conference this evening. 2-4 overall record the Outlaws have. Lander is 2-5. Then again, both teams are winless in the 3A East, a combined 0-6. So someone is getting their first conference victory on a chilly evening in Lander this evening. More on the weather conditions as we continue on with the Porter's Tailgate Show. Let's do some recapping, though, and remind you exactly how the teams have gotten here most recently. The Outlaws did raise some eyebrows with the final score of their contest last Friday night. They fell to Douglas on the road, 28-14, and a lot like Lander's visit to Douglas 2 weeks ago. That game was tight throughout, closer than the two-score margin of the final score would indicate, I would say. Lander lost to Douglas 2011 in a game October 4th, and that was a one-score game pretty much throughout. In fact, Douglas able to get kind of a wonky touchdown at the very end of that to pad the score a little bit. Even so, a 9-point victory is all Douglas was able to muster against Lander. It's kind of the same story last week as Rawlins fell to Douglas. Again, that score was 28-14. As for the Tigers, plenty to forget about in their most recent game. It was maybe the most highly anticipated keeper of the gold matchup between LVHS and Riverton last Friday night in a lot of years. Common wisdom heading into that game was Lander's on the rise. They've won a couple of non-conference games earlier in the season and playing pretty well, played pretty competitively during most of their conference play as well. Riverton, meanwhile, was seen to be down a step from last year's team, which managed a home playoff game in their run to the second round of the postseason last year, but didn't turn out that way. That's why they play the game. As they say, it was all Wolverines down the road in Riverton last week. Tigers fell 38-14, and that final score actually much more dominated by Riverton than I think that score indicated the game itself was. So that's a forget about it and move on to this week for these Lander Tigers. Rawlins presents a get-right game opportunity for Lander tonight. They're going to be wrapping up their regular season at home here tonight against the Outlaws, and then next week there is one more home game of the regular season slate. That's going to be against Buffalo next Friday night right here. So that's how both the Outlaws and the Tigers interplay tonight. Both of them have 2 wins on the season. Both are looking for their respective teams' first conference victories, and someone's going to be getting one later on this evening after this game. If it's going to happen for Lander tonight at home, going to have to be done in football weather. This is solidly football weather. Been cloudy all day. Mixed precip across Fremont County throughout this Friday. Game time temperatures looking to be about 38 degrees, and there is a little bit of humidity and a slight breeze, not windy, but breezy enough to knock that wind chill down to the mid-30s. And there is a chance of rain present throughout the game. Even the tiniest chance of snow as we get later into the game, into the fourth quarter. So for those unable or unwilling to bundle up and make your way down to the stadium tonight, we got you covered on 1330 KOVE and 107.7 FM. Also streaming video, of course, at county10.com. We're going to take a look back in more detail at both teams' games last Friday. Get you the starting lineups for your Lander Tigers here in Douglas. All that coming up next. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show on 1330 KOVE and streaming online at county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at fremontchevygmcriverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers, KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Scott Fuller with you on the Porter's Tailgate Show. Prior to the opening kickoff between the Lander Valley High School Tigers and the visiting Rawlins Outlaws. You see on the screen, if you're watching at county10.com, this is the second to last home game for Lander football this year, but tonight has been chosen as senior night as opposed to the more traditional final home regular season game that you most often see. I'm not sure the reason that the Rawlins game was chosen for senior night, but we will, as we get you up to kickoff, also be having some senior recognition. Fortunately for this broadcaster, the seniors will be introduced in numerical order from lowest to highest. So as you're watching at county10.com, we're going to be able to bring you that as well. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show, but we can take Porter's logo off the screen so that you can see the seniors as they are introduced, and we will be running down those seniors for you. For radio purposes, we will do it all at once at the end of the recognition, but right now, for those of you watching at county10.com, seniors are walking from left to right across a soggy track around Lander Valley High School with their parents, and they are being individually recognized. So as you enjoy that, for those of you watching video at county10.com, we can do a little recapping for you. LVHS again hosting Rawlins tonight. Rawlins with a couple of wins on the year, none so far in conference play, as we mentioned. This is a long-standing rivalry that Rawlins participated in last week against Douglas. It goes back to 1994 with the Bearcats win streak, and Douglas continued their win streak against Rawlins with a 28-14 victory. That is 23 consecutive victories of Douglas over Rawlins, despite Rawlins coming in with a better team this year. They have a relatively improved running game. Douglas had control of that game throughout, never trailed after scoring first, and their coach highlighting the importance of adjustments that were made during halftime to put that game away. Once again, it was Douglas 28-14 over Rawlins last week. Looking for any scoring that we could point to for Rawlins, just to give you an idea of what we can look for tonight, but I don't see any, so we can move on to, unfortunately, what was a disappointing keeper of the gold matchup for the Lander Tigers last week. Across the county in Riverton, Wolverines dominating performance. Not sure it's appropriate to sugarcoat it. That's just one that you want to forget about. Convincing 38-14 victory. Great performance by the Wolverines. Came out of the gate strong. Hunter Saltzgaver, standout for Riverton, especially last week, to put it mildly. I think he had 4 touchdowns in that game. Also kicked a 21-yard field goal, and it was 31-0 at halftime last Friday. Thought for a moment Lander might be able to right the ship, or at least put a dent in that scoreboard as Riverton muffed the second half kickoff. But Riverton regained their composure. Offensively, very strong, great strategy from Coach Lenhart and his staff. Kudos to the Wolverines. We'll have to go get them next year. Lander managed to score a couple of late touchdowns, but that game was never close for the Tigers. And again, that was your final score, 38-14, but we can all forget about that game last week in the Keeper of the Gold matchup. As the Lander Tigers are looking for their first conference victory of the season, so are the Rawlins Outlaws, as we've mentioned on the Porter's Tailgate Show. For those of you watching, just one more senior to be introduced so we can run down the senior rosters for LVHS. I've talked about it throughout the year. This is a young team. There are only a handful of seniors. They are Howard Johnson Baker, Juan Rivera, Landon Jones, Gavin Dighton, Caleb Larvey, Jackson Conder, Zane Espinoza, Tress Pickard, and Django Ferguson. Also being recognized is their manager. One of their managers is a senior, Jordan Nielsen. Don't think I missed anybody, but that's all that the Tigers have had for upperclassmen, for seniors, for the team this year, and they're looking to obviously send those guys out with a victory here on senior night. Looking further down the road, they're looking to beat Rawlins and then make Buffalo next Friday. All that much more interesting next week, but we'll worry about that after the final score of tonight's game. Senior night activities on the screen for those of you watching at county10.com. Rest of the Lander Tigers football team recognizing their senior leaders as they are being walked down the track and past the team and the coaches to some recognition prior to a kickoff, which is about 14 minutes away. Starting lineups, the coin toss and the kickoff of Tigers and the Rawlins Outlaws coming up next right here from LVHS. This is the Porter's Tailgate Show on 1330 KOVE and online at county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion into Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Discover personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we've got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOBE and county10.com.
Certainly can do that. We are live streaming video of Lander and Rawlins just about 10 minutes away from kickoff. 11 minutes for those of you counting at home. County10.com providing live streaming video. Andrew Garcia is on his way in to run camera for us. We appreciate that. And, of course, you can catch the game as you're driving around Fremont County on 1330 KOVE, 107.7 FM as well. I'm going to have to get myself into this game a little bit because it is a sparse crowd. So far, we are still 11 minutes to kickoff. Understandably so, given the weather conditions around Fremont County today. It is football weather. It is not football viewing weather necessarily, but a lot of people are bundled up and starting to make their way into Bill Busch Stadium here in Lander. Behind the visiting sideline, we can see a good amount of snow in the Lander foothills. Nothing that I've seen in the valley. I'm not sure if there was any snow on the ground here maybe earlier in the morning that might have melted right away, but it definitely has the feeling of a late fall and impending winter. It's just that kind of a day. We are going to warm up here in Lander next week. Looking forward to 60s and maybe even peaking 70s down here in the valley next week. But the snow in the foothills reminds us that it's time for later in the season high school football, and we're about 10 minutes away from that with one of these two teams going home with their first conference victory after this one tonight. Both Lander and Rawlins are winless in the 3A East. Both also have 2 non-conference wins on the year. As we welcome you back to the Porter's Tailgate Show, Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton is your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. As always, expected starting lineups for the Lander Tigers. Again, looking for that first 3A East W of the season tonight. Starting with the defense, Lander showing off a 3-4 with a pretty stout front three of number 66, Gavin Romer on the left side. 55 is Caleb Hamilton at nose. Tress Pickard at right end wears number 61. Linebackers are Caleb Larvey, number 24, one of the seniors recognized a couple of moments ago on the field prior to the start of this game. Braden Baker wearing number 34. Braden Johnson Baker wears number 1. And Cody West rounding out the linebacking core for the Lander Tigers wearing number 30 this year. Number 13, Finn McFadden. And number 36, Barrett Moffitt are the corners. Parker Burton playing in coach in the bandit spot wears number 10. And number 4, Landon Jones at free safety. Tiger offense, starting with the offensive line from left to right, is again number 61, Tress Pickard. So many of these linemen go both ways for the Tigers. 52 is Gus Childers on the left side. Center is number 54, Jackson Condor. Number 55, Caleb Hamilton at right guard. And number 66, Gavin Romer starting at right tackle. Caleb Larvey, number 24, again the senior. And number 34, Braden Baker, the 2 primary backs behind quarterback number 11, Paxton Hollingshead. Braden Johnson Baker wearing number 1 plays in the H-back spot. You'll see him lined up all over the field. Tight ends, backfield, play a little bit of slot receiver from the H-back as well. 2 deep receivers, 13 is, again, Finn McFadden. Sawyer Nakazel wears number 35. Landon Jones wears number 4, and number 5 is Barrett Moffitt. Tight end spot is number 87, Django Ferguson. Those are the expected starting lineups for head coach Jim Burton's Lander Tigers. LVHS just about 8 minutes away from Tigers Outlaws here on a chilly Friday night in Lander. Glad you were joining us here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com. This has been the Porter's Tailgate Show. Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's is always a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. We'll wrap up and get you the kickoff between Rawlins and Lander coming up next here on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Elevate Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency is a proud supporter of Riverton High School Wolverine athletics. We understand the importance of community, and we're excited to be a part of it. As your neighbor, we're here to help you with all your insurance needs. We offer auto, homeowners, renters, business, and life insurance. So stop in and say hi, or give us a call today. The Tyler Watson State Farm Agency will be here for you.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Lander Tiger football is on the air. To bring you the action, let's head to the stadium. Here is Scott Fuller.
And once again, welcome back to Lander Valley High School on a chilly Friday evening here in the Lander Valley. Snow in the foothills, far beyond the visiting sideline where the Rawlins Outlaws await the Lander Valley High School Tigers. Both these teams winless in conference play. Something's got to give. Someone's coming away with their first victory in the 3A East after the game tonight. Both these teams also with two non-conference victories on the season. Landers came on the road in Week 1 against Green River and right here at home against Evanston. They would love to add a 3A East victory to that tally tonight as the Outlaws visit Lander hosts on senior night. Again, it is senior night here in Lander despite the fact that this is not the last regular season home game. There's one more with Buffalo coming next Friday night. That's typically your senior night, the last regular season home game, but this game chosen to recognize the seniors, including Howard Johnson Baker, Juan Rivera, Landon Jones, Gavin Dighton, don't want to miss anybody, Caleb Larvey, Jackson Conder, Zane Espinoza, Tress Pickard, as well as Django Ferguson, a senior, including Jordan Nielsen, a senior manager for the Lander Tigers. This has been the Porter's Tailgate Show. Thanks to Porter's Mountain View Supply for sponsoring our pregame every single week. Porter's is your one-stop shop, again, for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's, a proud supporter of Fremont County Athletics. For those of you watching at county10.com, coin toss happening right at midfield with Lander and Rawlins captains being explained the coin toss. That'll be followed by the national anthem, and we'll get kicked off. Interesting strategy here on a chilly night. Both teams have stayed in the locker room for a long time. Lander came out as a team probably about 3 minutes ago, and Rawlins as a team, minus the respective captains for both teams. Rawlins as a team just now coming onto the field and making their way to the visiting bench. Lander has won the coin toss and has chosen to receive. So we'll see Lander's offense first, as we're just a couple of minutes from getting kicked off. Lander with a keeper of the goal game last Friday. Promised this to be the last time I mention it, but one to forget. Was dominated by Riverton. Great performance. Give all the credit in the world to the Wolverines. Lander on the upswing as a team. This year over last year, already two non-conference wins, which is more than they had last season. Would love to add a couple of conference victories to that. They'll try and do just that against Rawlins and Buffalo. National anthem and then the kickoff. We'll keep it right here for the national anthem on 1330 KOVE and county10.com. Nice a cappella rendition of the national anthem prior to kickoff between Lander and Rawlins. About 4 or 5 members of some kind of choir. Lander High School students, joined by, I believe, a member of the Lander Police Department, maybe the SRO. But hopefully that came across on the audio. All right. Sparse crowd, as you might expect on a chilly night here in Lander. Won't sugarcoat it. It's just one of those evenings. Fun night to play football, especially with no wind, especially if you're out there on the field quite a bit. Not as much fun to sit in the stands on a metal bleacher and watch, but there are a few of Lander's hardy faithful here. Even fewer, as you might expect, on the far sideline for Rawlins. Smattering of, I would say, a dozen fans on the far sideline. Once again, Lander has won the toss. They will receive the opening kickoff. See Lander's offense first as the Tigers begin the journey to what is hopefully their first conference victory of the season. Rawlins, as a program, has been in a tough spot for a couple of years. They are improved on the ground this year. Actually, I was really impressed watching them play Torrington and how effectively they were able to move the ball on the ground. But a game that you would have circled for Lander is maybe a winnable, not a conference game. Lander also improved in their run game, but I'd say especially their defense in their 3-4. So we are just about ready for opening kickoff. Scott Fuller with you here this evening on KOVE and County10.com. Again, Andrew Garcia runs our camera this evening. Bundled up and ready to go from the warmest spot in the stadium up here in the press box. I am grateful to be inside on a evening like this. Keep the teeth from chattering too much. Lander with one deep, that's Finn McFadden, standing at about his own 5-yard line. Lander kick return lined up and ready to go. They run a 4-2-2-2-1 return, as they have all year. And the Rawlins kickoff will come from the right hash mark. It's also where Finn McFadden waits on the right hash, standing now at about his own 10. It is a golf crowd atmosphere here tonight with just a few fans. We need to do some cheering to wake them up. Kick is a coffin that bounces at Lander's 30. It's knocked out of bounds by one of the up men for the Tigers. An attempt there from Rawlins to maybe get a fortuitous bounce and force a turnover on the opening kickoff. Not to be. Lander will start from, they'll spot the ball inside the 30. The Tigers' own 28-yard line. Tigers' first play of the game coming up. They'll start from the left hash, again, their own 28. Offense led by quarterback number 11, Paxton Hollingshead. I'd like to see Lander establish something here on the ground early, get a couple of first downs, and go from there, hopefully find the end zone on the opening drive. Hollingshead will give it to Braden Baker from the shotgun. Baker with a lane. 35-40. Watch out. Midfield, Braden Baker turning on the speed, and on the first play from scrimmage, the Lander Tigers with Braden Baker have struck from 72 yards. Well, that didn't take long at all. And there wasn't a whole lot to that play, schematically anyway. Great blocking on the left side. Lander chose to run short side on their first play of the game. Braden Baker is deceptively quick and fast. A couple of Outlaws had pretty good angles on him in the secondary to end that play at about midfield, but Braden Baker turned on the afterburners. Point after attempt is perfect. And just like that, the Lander Valley High School Tigers are up after one play, 7-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, We have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander or check out our website, landergambles.com. Today.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter. Your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
As the Tigers, after one play from scrimmage on a 72-yard run from Braden Baker, have taken the early lead in the first quarter. Now the kickoff to Rawlins is muffed. Kick cover down there for Lander. Swarming to the ball are a couple of Tigers. And in addition to scoring on the opening play, Lander's going to flip the field a little bit field position-wise. Rawlins will have to start from inside their own 20-yard line. That's got to feel real good for a Lander team that is coming off a tough defeat last week and has these two last games circled. They're home games. They're both conference games. Nice start for the Tigers. So Rawlins and their offense with their first play from scrimmage from the 18, tight formation. Quarterback for the Outlaws is Chris Gonzalez. Under center, give to one of their bigger backs, Vaughn Grant. He must be the biggest back. Vaughn Grant, a senior. No height or weight listed for number 45 in the backfield. But he is as big as any offensive lineman. Took that carry for a gain of 2 yards. Brings up second down. Second down and 8, I should say. Outlaws second down lineup from the right hash. Tight formation, single receiver far side, which is the wide side. Another run for Rawlins, this time Braden Torstenbow with a couple extra yards with second effort at the end. Falls ahead to the 25-yard line. Does bring up the third down for the Outlaws. 3rd and 2 upcoming. Quick strike Lander offense is not something we've been used to this year, but you can't get any quicker than scoring a 72-yard touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. Rawlins looking for their first down of the game. Gonzalez again under center, 2 backs behind him, single receivers either side, ball in the middle of the field. Give up to that big bruising back, Vaughn Grant. Not sure he got there. Got 1, needed 2. Brings up a 4th down choice now for David Hastings, head coach of the Rawlins Outlaws. Wouldn't even think of going for this normally, but given the start to this game, it took Lander 1 play to flip the momentum. You may have to think about it. Glad it's not my decision to make from his own 26. Hastings is at least going to line his team up and appear that he's going for it. So on 4th and 1 from the left hash, everybody's tight for Rawlins. They need a yard. Gonzalez under center will instead take a timeout. Not sure if there was a hard count there or not, but Lander did not jump. Coach Hastings using his first timeout for Rawlins. Lander still has all 3. Timeout gives us a chance to thank Bailey Tire and Auto, proud supporter of our local athletes. Our full-service tire and auto shops at 755 South Federal in Riverton, and right here in Lander at 1305 West Main Street. Also thanks to Wyoming Catholic College. They are also right here on Main Street in Lander. Proud to cheer on our local athletes. Your dedication on and off the field is admirable. Find them online at wyomingcatholic.edu. See if Rawlins used any of the timeout to change their mind. Doesn't appear so. It looks like Rawlins is going to try a 4th and 1 attempt again out of a timeout. At least that's how they're lining up. Chris Gonzalez under center, couple of backs behind him. Single receiver wide side right. Gonzalez takes the snap. Speed gave around the left edge to Torstenbow, and I'm not sure he got there. He did not. Turnover on downs after a 4 and out for the Lander Tiger defense. 4 runs for Rawlins, net 9 yards. Not enough for a first down, and Lander's going to have great field position for their second offensive possession of the game. Took only 1 play on the opening drive, 72-yard scamper from Braden Baker. Really impressive run, too. Braden Baker hitting the hole quick, was not contacted. Found the edge and then turned on the speed at about midfield. On 1st and 10 from the 26 of Rawlins, Lander will start. Hollingshead in the shotgun, Baker again to his left. Braden Baker trying the right side this time. Nice run, spins ahead. Baker dives to the 21-yard line. Gain of 4, brings up 2nd and 6. Well, Lander's just fine starting from this point on the field. Their offense is built for great field position. Hefty spot there, too. It's more like 2nd and 5. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Hollingshead with the ball on the right hash. Has 2 backs in the backfield with him. 2 receivers far side, wide side left. Same play. Give again to Braden Baker, trying to find the edge on the right side. Baker diving ahead. Should have a first down. Flag comes in at the very end of the play. Sort all that out. Without the penalty, it did appear from here that Baker had enough for the first down at about the 16. See what the indication from the official is. The very end of the play is a face mask against Rawlins. Should be a half the distance and an automatic first down. I think Baker had the first anyway at the end of the run, which is where the face mask occurred at the very end of the play. So we'll see where they end up putting the ball down. Ball will be advanced to the 11-yard line after the face mask. First down and technically 10 for Lander. Can get a first down inside the 1. Hollingshead, ball on the right hash. 3 backs behind Hollingshead now. Not that T formation, though. Deep back is Baker. Baker gets the carry. Had some nice blocking, but brought down from behind was Braden Baker after a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards. Actually, they may make that 3. We'll call it 2nd down and a short 8 from now inside the 10-yard line of Rawlins. 8:13 and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard here in the first quarter. Braden Baker's 72-yard touchdown run on Lander's very first play of the game. And the Tigers trying to add on right now. Hollingshead with the ball in the middle of the field. Same formation with 2 backs to his right. Baker is deep. Pitch to Baker on the right side. Looking right edge to the 5. Braden Baker across the pylon, standing up for a Lander Tiger touchdown. Great job so far by Lander's offensive line on both sides. Left and right side. Braden Baker scored on runs off left tackle and right tackle for a 13-0 lead with 7:51 to go in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Point after touchdown, good snap, hold down, kick is up and good. Making it look easy here on senior night are the Lander Tigers, up 14-0. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Who is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors? We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Welcome to Hampton Inn & Suites, your home away from home in Riverton. Enjoy top-notch amenities like our indoor pool, hot tub, and fitness center. Start your day with our complimentary breakfast. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Relax in one of our 89 beautifully furnished rooms. The Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to support the Riverton Athletics program and being a part of the Riverton High School Booster Club. We want to wish all student athletes the best this coming season and look forward to being a part of your success.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Tigers on top of the Rawlins Outlaws, 14-0 after 2 consecutive first quarter touchdown drives. Here's a nice return, though, for Rawlins trying to answer. Watch out for Damian Villalpando, who crosses the 35 and is finally tackled at the 40. Nice return. Good job by Villalpando, the senior for Rawlins, hitting the hole, finding a nice lane, and it's going to be good starting field position this time for the Outlaws. Still looking for their first down of the game, Rawlins is. 7:44 remaining in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. All Tigers on the ground so far in this game. Rawlins with quarterback Chris Gonzalez under center as two backs behind him. In turn, give to the big bruising back Vaughn Grant. Wish we had a height and weight on his roster, but he's as big as any offensive lineman, falling forward for about 3 yards. Brings up second down for Rawlins. Tiger defense has been great all year, minus a couple of plays here and there. Offense hasn't always corresponded, but those front three of Romer and Hamilton and Tress Pickard from left to right on that 3-4 front have been pretty stout against the run. Against really good teams at times. Evanston, Torrington being an example of that. 2nd down and 7 coming up. Gonzalez is under center for the Outlaws. Same play. Spins around, gives to Grant. Grant is swarmed under by 3-4 black jerseys, actually losing yardage back a single yard to the 43 on the play. 3rd and 7 coming up. Rawlins doesn't like to throw the ball. Kind of similar to Lander. Lander has a lot more passing game this year than the Tigers did last year. But Rawlins wants to run it at you first. This would be a passing situation, you would think. 3rd and 7 coming up from the 43. 6:25 and counting on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. It is Chris Gonzalez. He is still under center with those two backs behind him. Ball on the left hash, single receiver wide side right. Gonzalez, this is a pitch, and this time to Torstenbo, and Torstenbo is undercut in the backfield. That's a great play by Parker Burton. Bandit back might have forced a punt for Rawlins. See what head coach Hastings wants to do, but tough to go for it on 4th and 11 after that defensive effort. Parker Burton coming down from the secondary, reading that play perfectly. Tried to misdirection a pitch to the weak side, and Lander was having none of that. So the Tigers, it will appear, will get the ball back with still 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Rawlins working out a late substitution. A couple of Tigers are back to receive, including Burton and Finn McFadden. It's going to be Finn McFadden who shakes an initial tackler at the 30 and is shoestring tackled at the 35. Would have been a nice return from Finn McFadden, as it was a gain of 10 up to about the 40-yard line. That's where the Tigers will start drive number 3. First 2 drives for Lander have resulted in touchdowns. 72-yard touchdown run on the very first play of the game from Braden Baker. It was topped off with great field position on the second drive by an 11-yard run, also from Braden Baker. We haven't even gotten to the senior yet. Caleb Larvey hasn't had a touch yet. Paxton Hollingshead from the left hash mark has 2 receivers wide side right, 1 receiver short side from the shotgun with a back to either. Give to Braden Baker again. Baker with a hole, and Braden Baker, watch out again. Braden Baker is going to go, and there isn't a Rawlins Outlaw within 15 yards of him as he crosses the goal line. Braden Baker with a 60-yard touchdown run. Well, again, not sure what to expect in this game. Both these teams are looking for their first conference victory. Got to think that they're both hungry for that, but with 5:08 to go in the first quarter, it has been the Braden Baker show here at Lander Valley High School. Point after attempt is up and no good. Missed wide right. So we'll stay at 20-0, but the few faithful here at Lander Valley High School will take it 20-0 back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmbs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
At Redden Kane and Associates CPAs, we serve clients across Fremont County and beyond with top-tier accounting services. From individual taxes to business consulting, our creative and precise team offers tax management, estate planning, and more. You'll find us engaged and meticulous to ensure each client gets personalized guidance. Visit rivertoncpa.com to learn more about our services and how we can help you achieve financial success.
$20-0, Lander Valley on top of Rawlins. Still in the first quarter, 5:08 to go in the first. The kickoff following the Braden Baker touchdown will be handled and then fallen on wisely there by Seth Stevens, I think that was. No, that was Villalpando. Damian Villalpando, the senior, making a smart play. Having trouble on the bounce on the kickoff and just fell on it. But again, good field position for the Lander Tiger defense, as Rawlins is going to have to start from inside their own 20, just inside. Tigers lead 20-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Braden Baker has 3 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter. 60 yards, 72 yards, and 11 yards for Braden Baker. You can do the math in your head on yardage on touchdown runs alone from Baker in the first quarter. Rawlins tries to counter. It's getting out of hand for the Outlaws. They'll have to start from inside the 20 with Chris Gonzalez under center, 2 backs behind him. Turn and a give is to Vaughn Grant. Vaughn is initially contacted after a gain of about 2 and then driven back. Might give him 3 on that run. Brings up second down. Ball now across the 20 to the 23. Will be second down and 7 as the clock rolls. 4:45 and counting on the first quarter Fremont Chevy scoreboard clock. Well, a happy kind of lack of drama for Lander fans. This one's getting out of hand in a good way for the Tigers. 20-0, Lander over Rawlins in the first quarter. Chris Gonzalez under center from the right hash for the Outlaws. Has 2 backs behind him. First man through is again Vaughn Grant. Grant bullying his way forward near a first down. Going to be a little bit short though. Ball just shy of the 30. Brings up a 3rd down and 2. Neither of these teams have thrown a pass yet in this game. 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Lander obviously hasn't had to. Rawlins has not figured out Braden Baker. Great job by the offensive line. Both sides of the Lander offensive line for freeing him up. Braden Baker on his touchdown runs hasn't even been contacted within a couple of yards of the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and a short one coming up for Rawlins with Gonzalez under center as usual for the Outlaws. 2 backs behind him. Gonzalez takes the snap, sneaky handoff, and now with a little bit of space as Vaughn Grant, big guy, rumbles forward near the 40. Brought down at the 38.5-yard line. Plenty for a first down. That's the Outlaws' first down of the game. Comes with under 3.5 to go in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins used one of their first half timeouts on a fourth down decision earlier in the first quarter. So they have 2 remaining. Lander has all 3 timeouts in the first half. Fresh set of downs for the Outlaws. Rawlins from the right hash this time. Gonzalez turns, gives to Torstembo, that is. Won't go down, but was contacted in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 2 or 3 on the play. Nice job by the right side of that Tiger defensive front breaking through. Disrupted that play right away. 2nd and 12 upcoming. Ball now on the 37-yard line of Rawlins as the Outlaws try to get first down number 2 in the game. Late substitution now for the Outlaws as the clock ticks below 2.5 to go in the first quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And Rawlins taking a lot of time in the huddle too. That back judge is the indicator of the play clock. And he's given a 5 count right now, so Rawlins has to snap the ball. Gonzalez rolling out to pass. Looking downfield, Gonzalez being forced to the boundary and is wrangled out of bounds after he gains about 4 yards. Crossed the original line of scrimmage but well short of the first down. Now an official stoppage. So there's a Lander Tiger down. Gavin Romer, I believe, is having a hard time getting up. Hopefully he's all right in front of his bench. So we'll step aside, check on the injury when we come back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Welcome to Hampton Inn & Suites, your home away from home in Riverton. Enjoy top-notch amenities like our indoor pool, hot tub, and fitness center. Start your day with our complimentary breakfast. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Relax in one of our 89 beautifully furnished rooms. The Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to support the Riverton Athletics program and being a part of the Riverton High School Booster Club. We want to wish all student athletes the best this coming season and look forward to being a part of your success.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Just a couple of seconds ago, Gavin Romer was able to get up off the field from in front of his bench. Been down for the duration of the timeout. They were looking at his lower body. Was able to walk off under his own power. He's now standing behind the rest of his teammates, trying to walk through whatever might have happened, and now we'll take a seat on the bench. So good to see Gavin up and moving about. Great kid. Very important for Lander's football team. Both sides of the ball on the line as well. Out of the injury, third down coming up. Gonzalez rolling left for Rawlins, looking to throw again. Nice ball and a completion to Damian Villalpando. Good enough for a first down. It's a tough throw for a quarterback to make. Rolling to his left, especially Chris Gonzalez being only a sophomore. Right-handed quarterback doing a nice job rolling out, creating some space, opening up the secondary a little bit, and firing a great throw down the field for first down number 2 on the game for Rawlins. Outlaws still trail 20-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander has scored 3 times, thanks to Braden Baker touchdown runs. On the touchdown runs alone, Braden Baker's over 100 yards in the first quarter. 1.5 to go as Rawlins crosses the 50. Gonzalez is under center. This will be sweep action to the right side, the wide side to Tostembo, and he is wrangled nicely by a couple of Lander defenders. On the depth chart that I have, Django Ferguson is Gavin Romer's backup. Don't see Gavin on the sideline right now. He's not in the game either. They may have taken him to the locker room. Second down coming up for the Outlaws from the Lander 48-yard line. Gonzalez under center. This will be a give right ahead. I think that's Vaughn Grant. Was big number 45 falling forward for about 2-3 yards. Brings up another third down and long situation. Going to be a 3rd and 7 coming up for Rollins offense. Now at the 44 of Lander. If Rollins hurries, we'll get one more snap before the end of the first quarter, but there is 15 seconds and counting remaining on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And Rollins has no intention to snap that ball. So that will be the end of the first quarter, and what a first quarter it was for the Lander Valley Tigers. 20-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back for quarter number 2 and a third down play from Rawlins. Coming up next here on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Welcome to County 10, your go-to local news hub. Stay updated with the latest Fremont County news shaping your day, and dive into local events, entertainment, and music. Discover the essence of our community with stories featuring local faces and places. From lifestyle features to breaking news, County 10 covers it all. Join us in experiencing what's happening around us. Visit county10.com. Community connected.
I'm John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement of our young athletes that they receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I, John Shade, with Edward Jones, is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers and University of Wyoming on this station, 1330 KOVE. Call me today or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOVE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Enjoyable first quarter for Lander Valley Tiger fans here from Lander Valley High School. The Tigers lead Rawlins 20-0 at the start of the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 3 touchdown runs from Braden Baker account for the 20 points. Rawlins trying to answer the 3rd and 8 coming up. Gonzalez is under center. Rawlins now moving right to left. Whistles at the snap. And we'll sort this out. There's no flag on the field. Timeout was taken by LVHS. I would have to check the rule book on taking a timeout out of the end of a quarter, but I believe that's allowed. So first timeout taken by head coach Jim Burton. Both teams now have 2. Gives us a chance to thank some of our additional sponsors for Lander Valley High School football broadcasts all year long, including Myers Gambles. Main Street in Lander, they are excited to cheer on our student athletes. Gambles has winning deals. Delivery is free within 30 miles of the store, and that does include Riverton. So turn around, shop in town. Also thanks to Perfect Power Electric in Lander. They support our athletes on and off the field. Give Perfect Power a call today for all your electric needs. 332-7184. Out of the timeout, still 12 minutes remaining. First play of the second quarter upcoming for Rawlins on 3rd and 7. Gonzalez with a snap. It's going to be an end around off the right edge to Torsten Bowe, who is wrangled after a couple of yards, and that's all. 4th down coming up for the Outlaws. And this I think you got to go for. Not an ideal down and distance, especially for a team like Rawlins that likes to run before they throw, but 4th and 5 and you're down 20. Only the very early stages of the second quarter, but if you're Rawlins, you got to try and get this back on the right side of the ledger, momentum-wise anyway. 4th and 5. Rawlins is choosing to go for it. Operating from the right hash is Gonzalez. 2 backs behind him. Wing to the right side off tight end. This is going to be Gonzalez rolling again to his left, looking for receivers. Turns his shoulder, gets the ball down the field. It is intercepted by Finn McFadden. No, it's incomplete. Let's see if we can sneak in this catch on the Gambles replay. We're going to have to back it up to try to see the reception. I guess right before that replay starts, ball must have hit the ground. Looked good from here. Finn McFadden had that dialed in all the way down the sideline. That wasn't an interception. I thought I saw that incomplete, but it must have been. Ball's at the 18-yard line, so Finn McFadden, I think, we're giving the pick to. 18 is where he made that catch. So 1st down and 10 for the Lander Tigers from the right hash. Hollingshead sends motion, now heavy on the right side. Around and around to Finn McFadden, trying to find the wide side left. Great job by the Rawlins defense shutting that down on the edge. McFadden able to get about 3 yards before he was wrapped up and put down by Seth Stevens, senior for Rawlins. After the gain of 3, 2nd down coming up. Lander 20, Rawlins 0, 10.5 to go in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. After the end around, the ball's on the left hash mark now. Hollingshead has 2 receivers wide side to the right. 2 black jerseys in the backfield. This will be Braden Baker with a pitch. Baker shimmying, shaking, making Rawlins outlaw defender miss after the 35-yard line, falls ahead to the 37. But that'll be a nice 15-yard pickup from Braden Baker as you have a look at the end of that run on the Fremont Chevy, on the Gambles replay. Braden Baker's had a career kind of a game in one quarter against Rawlins. touchdown runs of 72, 60, and 11 yards in the first quarter alone. Nice carry there for 15, adding to his first half total. First down and 10 for Lander. Ball's at the middle of the field with Hollingshead giving it again to Baker. Baker across the 40. All kinds of room, midfield. Braden Baker, right side, 30-yard line. Needs to make one more miss. Runs over a Rawlins outlaw defender and will score from 63 yards out. Just sit down, Braden Baker. You've done enough. Touchdown run number 4 for Braden Baker adds on to the Lander Valley lead of 26-0. 9:35 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard in the second quarter. The guys you want to thank are Tress Pickard, Gus Childers, Jackson Conder, Caleb Hamilton, and Gavin Romer in the first quarter. He's now out. We may have Hayden St. Clair in, but those are your offensive linemen from left to right for Lander who have done an impressive job, beyond impressive, opening up holes for Braden Baker in the first half of this game. 4 rushing touchdowns. Point after touchdown is up and good. So on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, 27-0 Lander. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Is RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. We're a professional real estate agency where your success is our priority. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, we're here to guide you every step of the way. With unmatched professionalism and a track record of delivering results, we're your trusted partners in real estate. Your success is our top priority. Find your perfect property with RE/MAX All-Star Realtors. Contact us at 307-856-7827 or visit remaxriverton.com.
Welcome to Hampton Inn & Suites, your home away from home in Riverton. Enjoy top-notch amenities like our indoor pool, hot tub, and fitness center. Start your day with our complimentary breakfast. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi. Relax in one of our 89 beautifully furnished rooms. The Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to support the Riverton Athletics Program and being a part of the Riverton High School Booster Club. We want to wish all student athletes the best this coming season and look forward to being a part of your success.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. It is 27-0 Lander Tigers over the Rawlins Outlaws. 4 touchdown runs from Braden Baker. On the ensuing kickoff, juggled a little bit by one of the Rawlins up men, but finally corralled and brought down at the 34-yard line. So Rawlins trying a mid-range coffin corner kind of a kick on that kickoff. Rawlins able to handle it. A lot of interesting games late in the season in the 3A East. One we have our eye on is Riverton is at Torrington tonight. Latest score is Riverton 7, Torrington 6. Also had an earlier score of Star Valley over Evanston 7-0 was all in that game. Keep an eye on those for you. 9:25 to go in the second quarter. Rawlins beginning this drive from their own 38-yard line. Left hash mark. Gonzalez turns. Gives to Grant. Von Grant falling forward for a nice gain of about 5 yards. Second down. Von Grant, you can see on the screen if you're watching at county10.com, is an oversized tailback. Big bruising back for Rawlins. Grant is a senior. His counterpart, wearing number 35, is supposed to Grant's 45 in the backfield for Rawlins. Also a senior in Braden Torstenbow. They are just about most of the offense for Rawlins. Like to run with those two backs. Kind of similar to what Lander likes to do. 2nd and 5 from the left hash of the 40. Gonzalez gives it to Grant. Sneaky first man through play, and Grant is running over Lander Tigers. He is just tough to bring down. Finally brought down over midfield was Von Grant to the 48-yard line. Be a nice rumble of 17 yards for Von Grant into Lander Tiger territory. I would not want to tackle him. I know that. Not many of those guys anymore I would want to tackle anyway, but Von Grant he's got quick feet too. Just hits that hole like a Mack truck and dares you to tackle him. Lander's done a pretty good job so far, but nice run from Rawlins senior back on that play. 1st and 10 from the 48. Stoppage before we snap this is a timeout, I think, from Rawlins. It will be. That is head coach David Hastings' second timeout of this first half. And gives us a chance to thank some of our additional sponsors for these sports broadcasts on 1330 KOVE. And streaming video at county10.com, like Porter's Mountain View Supply in Riverton, your one stop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Looking forward to my Porter's Fire Pit getting some use, I think, here this weekend with this weather. Porter's a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. And thanks to YDOT, reminding you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. For those of you joining us late on the radio or online, that score's right, 27-0 Lander over Rawlins. On the back of 4 touchdown runs from Braden Baker. I've lost track of the yardage. I have to check my notes. Be a pop quiz at the end. I want to say 11 yards, 72 yards, 60 yards, and I'm forgetting the 4th. That's how productive a first half Braden Baker's had. Out of the Rawlins timeout, from the 48, this will be a pass into the flat. Gonzalez trying to find his receiver out there on the right side. Talon Lascano. Ball falls incomplete. For the record, I do have those notes. Braden Baker touchdown runs in the first half have been 72 yards, 11 yards, 60 yards, and 62 yards. Not the math guy, but that appears to me to be about 200 yards of touchdown runs only from Braden Baker in a quarter and a half. 8:13 to go in the first half on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins facing a 2nd down and 10 following the incompletion. Gonzalez under center shifts strength to the right side of the formation now. A couple of backs behind him. Pitches to Torsten Bowe. Makes a Tiger miss across the 45 of Lander, falling forward after being gang tackled there. At the 42 is still a bit shy of the first down. Nice chunk taken out by the Rawlins offense on that play, though. That'll be a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd down. Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd down and 4. A couple of defensive substitutions now for the Lander Tigers as Rawlins is right back on the football. 3rd down and 4 coming up for Rawlins. Right hash mark. Gonzalez is under center. 2 backs behind him. 1 receiver wide side left. Give straight ahead. That's Vaughn that caught that ball. Lumbering forward for a Rawlins first down. It was. Vaughn Grant needed 4, got 5. 1st and 10 for Rawlins from the 37-yard line of Lander. By far the best offensive drive we've seen from Rawlins in the game so far. Trying to cut into a 27-0 Lander Tiger lead. 1st and 10 from, again, the 37. Gonzalez with a give to Vaughn Grant. He is immediately wrapped up and put down in the backfield. That was Caleb Hamilton coming in for a loss of maybe a half yard. Or a loss of a full yard, looks like. Yeah, loss of 1 on the play. Nice pursuit, and more importantly, when you're trying to tackle Vaughn Grant, nice execution of the tackle by Caleb Hamilton. Brings up 2nd and 11. Clock still rolling, 6.5 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins has been behind the sticks at times in this drive, but so far have managed to keep it going. Outlaws quarterback under center. This is a sweep to the short side to Torsten Bowe, and that's read and wrapped up easily in the backfield. That's a loss of 1.5 yards or so. Knocking the ball back to Landers about 40. Yeah, I think they'll put the ball on the 40, which would bring up a 3rd down and 13 coming up. Running to the short side against Lander, especially if you're Rawlins, and that's pretty much all you do is run the ball. Running to the short side against Lander is not a good idea. See if they make that note after that play. That did not work. Doesn't matter who you give the ball to there. 3rd and 13 coming up. Late substitution for the Outlaws as they're still in the huddle. And 5.5 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard in the happiest first half of the season to date for Lander. Defense looking to step up on the 3rd and 13 from Landers 40. Gonzalez under center for Rawlins. 7-step drop. This is a design screen. Ball gets back to the 40. Another yard or 2 and no more, but a flag has come in late. I think Lander may have bailed out the Outlaws here. We'll see what the indication is. Came in at the very end of the play. Could be a legal man downfield on a screen play. Could be a defensive infraction later in the play. It is a face mask against the Tigers. So that 3rd and 13 now moves the ball ahead to the 33-yard line. And Rawlins will have to do it again, but this time they're only going to have 3rd and 5 coming up. 3rd and a long 5 from the 33 of Lander. Gonzalez, Rawlins quarterback under center. 2 behind him as a wing attached to the right side, which is the short side. They try to sweep left with that wing. That was Seth Stevens, I think, but he was wrapped up for a loss of 6. Play was going absolutely nowhere. That was diagnosed early and just took a little bit too long to develop in the Rawlins backfield. So after a 3rd and 5, it's 4th and 11 for the Outlaws. Have to go for it. Whatever your favorite crossing route is, or maybe a little misdirection, but you almost have to throw it too. 4th and 11 coming up, although the Outlaws are showing like they're going to punt. Punter for Rawlins standing at Lander's 49. He is actually going to kick the ball high, short kick. Will bounce at the 15 or so, straight up in the air, and is downed at the 16. That's where Lander will start their next offensive drive. If they do it right, could be the last offensive drive for either team in the first half. Then again, Braden Baker could always pop one off. He's done that 4 times in the first half. 3 first quarter touchdown runs of 72 yards, 11 yards, and 60 yards, and Braden Baker, unsatisfied with that, added 62-yard touchdown run to his total in the second quarter. So with 4:19 to go and a 27-point lead, Lander's offense on the field late in the second quarter. Paxton Hollingshead, only receiver out wide to the short side. Ball's on the left hash. And now they'll send Finn McFadden in motion to the wide side. Give to Braden Baker. Baker initially contacted, but falls forward for a gain of 5, maybe 6. Second down coming up. Braden Baker could rush for like 350 yards in this game at this rate. He's got about 200 yards of just touchdown runs in the first half. And at some point in the second, you want to probably get some Cody West in there. But definitely let him enjoy his moment probably into the first drive or so of the third quarter, if this game continues like it is. Lander dominating Rawlins, 27-0. 2nd and 5 coming up after the 5-yard Braden Baker run. This time Hollingshead is in the gun from the left hash. Paxton's looking to throw. Loads it up left side for Finn McFadden, who came down with it and is now still fighting on his feet with the defender. Finn McFadden spinning to the 30 of Rawlins, still on his feet. Finn McFadden to the 20, 15, all the way to the house. Finn McFadden, what a great individual effort. Touchdown of, 68 yards from Paxton Hollingshead to Finn McFadden. We knew Finn McFadden was going to get his touchdown as a receiver. Not sure what they're talking about here. You see the official apparently has thrown a flag of blocking the back. That happened to Finn McFadden at Powell on a 72-yard kickoff return that was called back for the same infraction. So we'll wipe off the 68-yard touchdown run. 5 yards from the infraction puts the ball later in the play at the 24-yard line of Rawlins. Still a 50-yard pass and catch, but wipes out a great individual effort by the Lander receiver at the end of the play. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. Hollingshead from the shotgun from the left hash. 2 receivers wide side right. Now the slot resets to the left. Give is to Braden Baker straight up the middle to the 21-yard line. That'll get him 5 yards. And 2nd and a long 5 coming up. Ball's actually at the 22 of Rawlins. So say really a gain of 4. 3-minute mark of the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. So 4-touchdown Lander Tiger lead as we approach halftime. Paxton Hollingshead from the shotgun on the left hash. Two receivers wide side to the right. Braden Baker is to Hollingshead's left. Right slot now motions to the left edge. And they're going to sweep it to Burton. Burton had to cut that up the middle early and falls forward over the 20, and that's about it. Give him 4, so third down and 2, long 2, maybe 3 coming up. You see Parker Burton come off the field after the sweep. And Paxton Hollingshead getting the play call from head coach Jim Burton, milking the clock, under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander 27, Rawlins 0. Hollingshead on third down and 3 is going to be from the shotgun. There are 2 receivers short side to the left as the ball's on the left hash. Gives to Braden Baker straight up the middle, now curves right. Falls inside the 15, should be plenty for the first down. It is. Braden Baker with a 5-yard run. Gets a fresh set inside the Rawlins 15 with the clock stopped at 1:39. And now it rolls after the chains have moved. Love the outcome of the first half. Was not expecting this, though. Rawlins able to run the ball very well against Torrington, of all teams, widely regarded as probably number 3 behind Cody and Star Valley in the 3A East. Braden Baker had something to say about that tonight. First down and 10 from inside the 15. This is Burton, who's the backup quarterback, so he throws to the end zone and completes a touchdown. See who caught that. That is going to be Landon Jones. Burton to Jones on the halfback pass of 14 yards. I believe is going to be another 6 for the Lander Tigers. Coach Jim Burton with a little bit of trickery. But as we mentioned, Parker Burton's the backup quarterback. No problem throwing the ball. So with 1:05 remaining, pending the extra point, which is up and good, Lander is putting it on Rawlins on this chilly Friday evening. 34-0 Tigers. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome to Haskell Furniture and Flooring, now open in Riverton. Discover a huge variety of top brands like Ashley, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Lazy Boy, and more. Our showroom is filled with stylish and comfortable furniture for every room. Come visit us at 2210 North Federal and transform your home today. Explore the exceptional quality and unbeatable prices we offer. Visit HaskellFurnitureandFlooring.com to learn more and start living in style.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOBE and County10.com.
Following Lander's most recent touchdown, kickoff is a bouncing effort again that's taken by one of the Rawlins up men. Lander trying that coffin corner kind of mid-range. Not quite an onside, not quite a deep kickoff either. Give up some field position doing that, but with the game where it is on the scoreboard, and with the amount of time that's left in the first half of only 59 seconds, Lander not too worried about Rawlins' field position late in this second quarter. 34-0. Lander Tigers on top of the Rawlins Outlaws. Rawlins has only a timeout remaining, and they've got a good chunk of field to chip into this lead from their own 34. Gonzalez under center. Gives it to Von Grant. Von Grant's, after about 5, is upended nicely there by Landon Jones for Lander. It is a gain of, we call it 6. Brings up a second down and 4 coming up. Clock is rolling in the meantime, 42 seconds on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Buckle Up for Life halftime show is coming up. Going to be a happy one for Tiger fans listening and watching around Fremont County and elsewhere. Got a lot of touchdowns to recap for you. Most of them coming from Braden Baker in that first half. Rawlins taking all kinds of time. Not sure if they'll get another snap off after this. 19 seconds remaining. As Gonzalez is going to roll out, design quarterback roll to the short side, out of bounds. We'll stop the clock at 12 seconds remaining. Gonzalez with about a 2-yard quarterback scamper. Sophomore was thinking run the whole way there on the designed quarterback scramble. So the Outlaws do get at least one more snap. It'll be a third down and about 4 coming up. Ball still on Rawlins' side of the 50. Sitting at the 41 of the Outlaws. Rawlins again, a lot of time in the huddle. They now break huddle with Gonzalez under center. Ball from the left hash, 2 backs behind the sophomore quarterback. 1 receiver to the left. This will be a sweep around to Torstenbow, who falls forward, tackled inbounds. That should be the end. Barring a timeout from Rawlins, it will be the end of the first half. Well, a productive one to say the least for the Lander Tigers. We'll recap it all for you in the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming halftime show brought to you by WYDOT. Coming up as the Lander Tigers leave the field for the halftime locker room to a standing ovation of the few Hardy faithful here on a chilly Friday night, but it's coming up all green from Lander Valley High School. Back with the Buckle Up for Life halftime show right after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
This is Fremont County's radio home for the Lander Tigers. KOBE 1330 AM and 107.7 FM.
Welcome back to Lander Valley High School. Scott Fuller with you on a happy night in Lander. It's only been 2 quarters of football, but the feelings of lack of drama in a good way for the Lander Tigers permeating the crowd of the few, let's say there's 50, 75, maybe 100 fans in the stands here tonight. Far fewer on the Rawlins sideline, who made the long drive for a first half to forget for the Rawlins Outlaws. The score at halftime, as we bring into the Buckle Up for Wyoming halftime show, is Lander 34, Rawlins 0, and it happened this way. Braden Baker is having a game of a lifetime in just a quarter and a half to start this game. Braden Baker, on the first play from scrimmage, reeled off a 72-yard touchdown run that kind of set the table for the way the rest of the first half really would go. Braden Baker followed that up with an 11-yard touchdown run at the 7:51 mark of the first quarter, and then Braden knocked off a couple more from 60-plus. Braden Baker with a 60-yard touchdown run with 5:08 to go in the first quarter, added a 62-yard touchdown run with 9:35 to go in the first quarter. Scoring was rounded out with a halfback pass from Parker Burton thrown to Landon Jones from 11 yards out at 1:05 remaining in the second quarter. Parker Burton, the backup quarterback, also that wing back for the Lander Tigers. Some trickery there from head coach Jim Burton as he pitched the ball out to his backup quarterback and then freed up Landon Jones in the end zone for the 11-yard halfback touchdown pass. And that was all the scoring for Lander. Plenty of it. None for the Rawlins Outlaws. Only a handful of first downs in that first half. And it was all Lander Tigers. I have some other scores of interest, at the very least from Torrington. Jared Anderson's doing that game. He drew the short straw this year. We're going to have to do the Torrington road trip with Lander next year, now that Torrington is up in the 3A East for the first time this year. But Riverton has to make that road trip this year. Tigers hosted Torrington and lost to the Trailblazers here at home a couple of weeks ago. That's a darn good team. And the last score update I had from Torrington was 7-6 Riverton at the half. Blake Attenbine with a 14-yard touchdown run, and Ryan Cox got a block of the extra point that came from Torrington's touchdown. So 7-6 is all they have there. Also heard a score of Star Valley of 7-0 over Evanston. Everybody expecting Star Valley to win that game. But either they or Cody are the best team in the 3A, I'd say, by a decent margin at this point. And Evanston was the team that lost not only to Riverton in non-conference play, but also right here to Lander earlier in the season. Tough to believe that was the same year, as that was a blistering hot Friday evening. And quite the opposite here. We had 38 degrees at kickoff on this Friday night. There's snow, which now you can't see with the darkness behind the far sideline in the foothills around Lander. Pretty good amount of snow. None on the ground in the valley, but a brisk mid-30s with the wind chill factored in as we kick this one off tonight. It is senior night, as the seniors from the football team were recognized prior to the start of the game. One of the things we've talked about when it comes to Lander football has been how young they are. It's still part of that rebuilding, reloading, whatever adjective you want to use for what Lander is doing as a program. Markedly better this year in a lot of ways, but still very young with only a handful of seniors. The golf team members were just honored at the track for the crowd that is here at Lander Valley High School tonight. We were expecting a performance from the marching band. There is no marching band in sight. I think it's below the minimum marching band threshold. And having been a marching band member myself many decades ago at this point, I can sympathize with that. It is chilly nights, do anything but play football out there. But the Lander Tigers are having a good time on the field. Braden Baker specifically with 4 touchdown runs. 3 of those were over 60 yards in the first half. Also adding an 11-yard touchdown run on top of that. So Braden Baker is looking at about 200 yards of just touchdown run yardage. And mentioned the Parker Burton to Landon Jones kind of trick play halfback pass from 11 yards out that wrapped up the scoring late in the second quarter. So we have a 34-0 Lander advantage over Rawlins, and it's only halftime. It started from the very first play of the game for the Tigers, and they never took their foot off the gas on either side of the ball. We'll see what the second half has in store. Still buckle up for Life Halftime Show. More Halftime Show coming up, brought to you by YDOT right after this on 1330 KOVE and streaming online at county10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOBE and County10.com.
And we'd like to shout out all of you doing just that, watching the game at County10.com on that high-def streaming video. Scott Fuller bringing you a happy first half as we're at the Buckle Up for Life Wyandotte halftime show between Lander and Rawlins. Andrew Garcia running the camera for the video at County10.com. Yeah, it was all Lander, 34-0 over Rawlins. We can recap the scoring one more time prior to the kickoff. Neither team is back on the field at this point, trying to soak up as much warmth as they can in the locker rooms. Check at current temperature. We started at about 38 degrees. It is now shown to be 40, according to my phone. But the precip is held off, which is what we were kind of most worried about. Early in the week forecast, we're looking like not only snow, but maybe several inches of snow for the Lander Valley on this night. That didn't happen. There's plenty of snow in the foothills around town. Everything but the snow, just a little bit too warm for some rain to fall earlier in the day. So we got the rain instead of the snow. Temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s all day long. Cloudy in Fremont County everywhere all day long. And we kicked off in the upper 30s with a wind chill about 35. So it's chilly out there. There are a few hardy fans who are bundled up to enjoy what has been Lander's best half of football in quite some time, certainly all season long, as they dominated Rawlins on the ground from start to finish. A lot of that was Braden Baker, but also shout out to the offensive line for opening up holes on both the left and right sides. Braden Baker got long runs from off left tackle and right tackle, scoring from 72 yards on the very first play from scrimmage, did Braden Baker. Added an 11-yard touchdown scamper with 7:51 to go in the first quarter. Braden then went off for 60 at 5:08 in the first and added a 62-yard touchdown run at 9:35 to go in the second quarter. Last score of the half again for Lander was Parker Burton, kind of a trick play, a halfback pass from Burton to Landon Jones for 11 yards. The 1:05 to go. Everything Lander was looking for following last week's game against Riverton, where nothing went right. It's almost the inverse this week, where last week Riverton really owned that game from the very first drive, and it was not terribly far away on the scoreboard in the first quarter, but you just got that sense this was not going to go well. 31-0 at halftime, and then Riverton went on to keep the keeper of the gold bragging rights for another year. This week, the exact opposite. From literally the first play from scrimmage, Lander has dominated Rawlins, and they have not looked back. Have to wonder how much playing time you'll see from Braden Baker, for example. I certainly hope Caleb Larvey is all right. He, if memory serves, was shaken up a little bit in that Riverton game, and in the game before that, was able to play last Friday. But as a senior, I have to assume, since it's been all Braden Baker, that Caleb was not in playing shape for this one. Hopefully Caleb Larvey is back for Buffalo next Friday, if that is indeed the case. But I would expect a lot of Cody West in this second half. It is tempting to get your guy in Braden Baker, who's having a game like this, some monster numbers, and just see how many touchdowns and how much yardage he can rack up. I might humor him on that for a couple of drives. But beyond that, the game, especially now with this outcome of the first half, the game next week is much more important for Lander. This would be, if it holds, conference win number 1 for Lander. And if you win a second one at home against Buffalo next week, the postseason is not out of the question. As I say that, it comes with a caveat for Lander fans. Your reward for winning 2 games at home to wrap up the season is probably a road trip to either Cody or Star Valley, which is not an appealing prospect for a lot of reasons. That's kind of the way it works, though. If you do well enough to make the playoffs, because Lander hasn't won a conference game yet, prior to tonight anyway, your reward is going to be going to play 2 of the best teams in the state regardless of class. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Right now, Lander fans just really enjoying the moment, and the kids must be too. This is a product of a lot of hard work that Coach Burton and his staff have done, not just in practice, but throughout the offseason, trying to reestablish Lander's football chops a little bit. And the team, from the gate, was much improved this year. Running threat with Caleb and with Larvey and Baker, a lot more pronounced this year. Paxton Hollingshead has improved as a throwing quarterback, especially on the move. But most notably, that 3-4 defense has been great all season long. When the Tigers have struggled against pretty common opponents, and Riverton would be an example of that last week, but the conference games they've lost, it's been because the offense hasn't been able to keep up. That has not been the case tonight. Rawlins has not had an answer for anyone carrying the football in a black jersey so far this evening. Braden Baker, with 4 touchdown runs through a quarter and a half in the first half. 3 of those 4 were from 60 or more yards. Both teams are back on the field. Lander was out first about 2 minutes ago, and Rawlins has made their way onto the right side goal line just about a minute after that. Extended locker room time because of the temperatures, no doubt, and we may get some time added back onto the clock, a fresh 3 minutes to let both teams warm up a little bit. And we'll have the second half coming up next. Got to enjoy these while you get them. So we're looking forward to more of the same, hopefully, from the Lander Tigers coming up in the second half. We want to thank our sponsors like Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton, supporting our local athletes. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed. Fremont Chevy GMC here for you every step of the way, 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Also thanks to Perfect Power Electric, supporting our athletes on and off the field. They are just down the street here in Lander. Give Perfect Power a call today for all of your electrical needs. Thanks to YDOT reminding us that seatbelts save lives and bringing us the Buckle Up for Life halftime show every halftime of the Lander Tigers season. Football game this year. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Very important message every time of the year, but watch out for those deer as you are driving around the county this weekend, this time of the year. And make sure you are buckled up again every time, every ride. Lander looks about ready to go. Don't blame them. In kind of informal warm-ups they conducted on their home sideline. Rawlins is running through their whole routine of getting their guys loose in a single file line from the 20 to the goal line, stretching out. You do want to watch that, especially with temperatures where they are, the upper 30s from the start of the game to now. And the fans are settling back into the seats. Got to enjoy what they saw in the first half from the Tiger offensive line and Braden Baker. I did not get a chance to ask Coach Burton this week about Larvey. Caleb did not, I don't think, take a snap in the first half, and I don't see 24 on the sideline. I saw him dressed for senior recognitions before the game, but I haven't seen him since, and that just, there he is. Caleb is on the sideline. Looks like he's all right, just have not seen Caleb Larvey in the backfield. And Braden Baker's having a monster game, but again, he'll never take himself out, especially when you're having that much fun of a first half where You run like he does against really good defenses all year, and your goal is to get 3-4 yards on first down, and then the holes open up like the Red Sea, and you're scampering for 60 yards a couple of times for touchdowns. That's a lot of fun. But they need him against Buffalo next Friday as well, so we'll see what kind of backups we get in this game. If we get into kind of running time mode, we're close to that right now with the score at 34-0. Running time, of course, would mean that the clock only stops for timeouts and official timeouts. And if we do get into that situation with another Lander Tiger touchdown without Rawlins scoring, it's going to be a quick second half here. Just like that, we are about ready to go. Thanks for joining us on 1330 KOVE, as well as streaming video at county10.com. It is Lander 34, Rawlins 0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander won the opening coin toss. Good decision to accept the opening kickoff as it led to a Braden Baker touchdown run on the very first play, but Rawlins will get the first shot at things here then in the third quarter. Ball is teed up. Rawlins defenders back deep at about their own 8. And this time it's a deeper boot, still some backspin on that as it checks up at the 22. Fallen on by Rawlins, but there's a scrum for the ball. A couple of black jerseys were right there, and there's been no official indication yet. Both teams making their case. Lander thinks they have it. Tiger football on the opening kickoff that went to about the 22 with a lot of backspin, kind of like your lob wedge. Maybe not mine, but yours, hopefully, or a pitching wedge in golf where it's got that spin. It went right away from the up man who was trying to retrieve that on the ground. And great job by Lander's kick cover to get down the field and get in position to make that a problem for the Outlaws. So it's going to be Lander's offense on the field first, and with great field position to add on to this lead from the Rawlins 23-yard line. Every single thing has gone right for the Lander Tigers tonight, and conversely for Rawlins, nothing is going well for the Outlaws. Paxton Hollingshead from the 23 of Rawlins, from the left hash to receivers wide side to the right. Single back with him is Braden Baker. Finn McFadden comes in motion right to left. This will be a pitch to Braden Baker, finds the edge, running over a couple of Rawlins defenders to the 15, finally forced out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. See where they put that ball out. I'm going to say Braden stepped out right at the 15-yard line. So that'll be a solid gain of 8 on 1st and 10, second down coming up. Braden Baker watch now, I guess. 4 touchdowns in the first half. Can he make it a 5th? Clock stopped at 11:54 after the first play from scrimmage. Lander forcing a fumble on the kickoff of the second half. Gets the ball right back. 2nd and 2, Hollingshead. This is Caleb Larvey with a counter action right up the middle, and Caleb Larvey joins the party. That is a 15-yard touchdown. Caleb Larvey, as we mentioned in the Buckle Up for Life halftime show, had been kind of conspicuously absent in the first half. Braden Baker got all the carries for Lander. They faked it to Braden Baker that time, and Caleb Larvey, with some counteraction up the middle, takes it in from 15. 40-0 Lander Tigers. Point after touchdown is good. Scores 41-0 Lander. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Boyle Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach program. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Lander 41, Rawlins nothing, as we welcome you back to Lander Valley High School on a chilly Friday night. Lander Tigers kicking the ball away after the touchdown. Caleb Larvey going in from 15 yards out. Rawlins returning this to about the 39-yard line with forward progress. So the Outlaws were set to receive the second half kickoff, but kind of a backspin mid-range kick straight down the field. Lander's kick cover got down to make it a problem for Rawlins, and they got the ball. Wasted no time. In 20 seconds, ran a couple of plays and got a 15-yard touchdown run from Caleb Larvey into the game on senior night. Glad they got him involved on senior night, as he'll be playing his last couple of games. Don't know how many, don't know where or when yet necessarily, but senior's been an important part of the Lander offense and defense all year. Now Rawlins, first down and 10, as Chris Gonzalez gives it right up the middle for a gain of 4. Von Grant, the ball carrier, gain of, again, about 4. Second and 6, long 6 coming up for the Outlaws. Clock rolls 11:18 and counting in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins back on the ball, which is right dead center of the field. Gonzalez, back split behind him, has a wing to the right, receiver left. Give ahead to Von Grant. Keeps his feet moving for a gain of 3. Still going to be a chunk short of the first down, though. It's going to be a 3rd and 4 upcoming for Rawlins. Ball's left to center at the 35 of Rawlins. So Gonzalez out of the huddle, has a receiver left out wide, short side. Now motioning to nobody on the far side of the field, maybe talking to his right tackle. There's a design quarterback run. Backside pressure is going to envelop Gonzalez in the backfield. Coming in from behind with great pursuit from the backside was Zane Espinoza. Actually be a loss on the play, maybe a yard and a half into the backfield, and 4th down coming up. See what Rawlins elects to do here. So the clock rolls under 10 minutes in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Change of personnel on both sides, so likely a punt upcoming here. Rawlins kicker standing at his own 20-yard line. Couple of Tigers back at their own 33 to receive this. Looks like Burton and Finn McFadden per usual. Snap is good. Good punt rush. Just the kick just away. And it will be Parker Burton, who is brought down from behind after a gain of about 6 on the kick return. Ball out to the 44 of Lander. Tigers with the ball, 9:21 to go in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. 41-0 Lander Tigers over Rawlins. Game of the year, obviously, for Lander, and comes at a very important time after a tough Friday night last week, and with a much more challenging, you would expect, game right here in Lander and Buffalo coming to town next Friday. But Lander has at least a night to enjoy that, as it's all green here on the field tonight, 41-0. Paxton Hollingshead is confused on the play call, and head coach Jim Burton's going to use one of his 3 timeouts. Rawlins still with all 3. Lander down to 2. Recap some of the scoring for you. It's been a lot of fun for Lander Tiger fans. Braden Baker tearing up the field in the first half. 72-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage. Added an 11-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, and also a 60-yard touchdown run. Later in the first quarter, Braden Baker has his 4th touchdown run coming in the second quarter at 62 yards. Lander added on to that with a Parker Burton pass to Landon Jones. Halfback pass from the toss from 11 yards out with 1:05 to go in the second quarter. And Caleb Larvey here in the third quarter, adding to the scoring sheet for Lander with a 15-yard touchdown run on Lander's last drive. And that's how we've arrived at 41-0 with only a single missed PAT in there. The other 6 have been good. And out of the timeout, Lander has the ball 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Hollingshead from the gun. This is Caleb Larvey again off the 15-yard touchdown run. Keeps his feet moving. The senior to midfield has a gain of 6. Maybe a touch more. Ball right at the 50. So, yeah, it's going to be a solid gain of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4. This time Hollingshead to the sideline to get the play call from head coach Jim Burton. On 2nd down from dead on midfield. Hollingshead from the shotgun and the left hash mark. 2 receivers wide side to the right. 1 is short side. Single back to Hollingshead's. Actually, he's got 2 back there. 1 to either side. Caleb Larvey with the carry. Straight up the middle. Near 1st down yardage. Fighting for that stick, and I think he's got it with forward progress. We'll see where they put the ball down. Difference of 3rd down and inches or a 1st down. That's a 1st down. Yeah, they're going to give it to him. With 8:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. Fresh set of downs for Lander. Ball now to Rawlins side of the 50 at the 46. Lander taking plenty of time. Get to do that when you're up 6 touchdowns in the second half. Hollingshead from the shotgun. Braden Baker bounces right tackle. Nice job by the Rawlins front on that run. That's as well as they've defended Braden Baker all night, holding him to an only gain of 1 on that run to the right. Tigers tried to start that at right guard, and Braden Baker, maybe on his own, decided to bounce that out. Well pursued on the 1st and 2nd level by the Outlaws. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Larvey is now out of the game. We'll see if we get some Cody West in there. Cody is to Hollingshead's right. Now he's off right tackle. Hollingshead shotgun with Braden Baker to his left in the backfield. 2 wide receivers left side wide. Fumble on the snap, and this will be a turnover. Rawlins is going to have the ball. As from the shotgun, Paxton Hollingshead never got a handle on it while he was trying to turn and give that ball to Baker. So a turnover will give Rawlins the ball right at midfield. Finally, something goes right for the Rawlins Outlaws tonight. Never make excuses, but temperatures like this, ball gets harder, like physically harder. But I think in that instance, Paxton Hollingshead was thinking about step 2 before he had completed step 1. Rawlins from the 50 with a fresh set of downs after the turnover. Gives straight ahead to Vaughn Grant. He spins ahead for about 4 yards before he's brought down by Cody West. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Outlaws. 7 minutes and counting in the 3rd quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Lander giving the ball back to Rawlins with a center quarterback shotgun exchange issue. Best starting field position of the night for Rawlins. Now at the 46 after the gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Gonzalez is on the left hash, under center. 2 backs behind him. Wing to the right. Be a give left side to Von Grant. Stumbles forward, falls forward for about 4. And 3rd down coming up for the Outlaws. This will be about 3rd and 2. Saw Cody West in there again defensively for the Lander Tigers. Obviously 4 down territory for Rawlins here if they come up a little bit short. Hard to imagine a scenario where you wouldn't go for it here. If you lost 8 yards on a sack, you'd still probably have to go for it. Down 41 points to Lander. Under 6 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rawlins on 3rd and 2. Gonzalez under center. Give straight ahead to Vaughn Grant. It's going to be real close, right at the 40-yard line, which is where the 1st down marker is. It's going to come down to where they put the ball down after a gain of 2. Will be enough for an Outlaws 1st down at the 40. So Rawlins staring at that goose egg on the scoreboard and trying to fix that from their perspective. Would love to get some points on the board. Exact opposite, exact converse for Lander. You have to be pretty proud of that 41-0 score right now. And the defense is trying to keep the Outlaws scoreless. Do have a timeout after Rawlins took a long time in the huddle. That will be the Outlaws' first timeout of the second half. Well, as you heard in the pregame, we want to thank Porter's Mountain View Supply, sponsors of our pregame shows all season long for Lander Tiger football. They are really your one-stop shop for grills, spas, stoves, pellets, and more. Porter's a proud supporter of Fremont County athletes. Also thanks to Bailey Tire and Auto, a couple of locations in Riverton and Lander. Proud to support our local athletes. Full-service tire and auto shops are at 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. Just got an update from the PA on Riverton-Torrington. The Wolverines are up 14-6 in Torrington tonight. Torrington is not at the level of Cody and Star Valley, but for my money, they're number 3 in 3A, and Riverton is on top of them in Torrington right now in the third quarter. Out of the Rawlins timeout, 5:18 to go in the third quarter. First down and 10 for the Outlaws. From the Lander 40. Gonzalez under center. This will be a pitch out to the right side to Torsten Bowe. Still has his feet moving. Does the senior, falling ahead for a gain of 6. Well contained by Lander's defense to keep the senior from bouncing that outside where there was some open space. But Torsten Bowe kept his feet moving for a solid gain. 2nd and 4 coming up. Ball's now at the 34 of Lander. Clock rolls under 5 in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. A 6-touchdown Lander Tiger lead over Rawlins. This time Gonzalez is under center. Pitch left side to Torsten Bowe. Cuts it up, makes a man miss. Nice shoestring tackle to save the edge there by, let's see who that was. You have to check my full roster for that. Will be good enough for the first down. Well, now I'm going to have to tell you who 67 is. I have Corbin Fiddler, the sophomore. I'm not sure that number is right. Any event, the run was short of the line to gain by a yard. Up to the 31 of Lander, so this is a 3rd down and 1 coming up. Ball on the left hash. Gonzalez is under center. Couple of backs behind him split. Give right up the middle to big number 45, Vaughn Grant. Vaughn's going to have enough for a first down, it looks like, from here. Needed a yard and a half and got 2. They will move the sticks. So first down for Rawlins. Clock continues to roll under 4 minutes in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins out of the huddle. Ball remains on the left side, left hash mark. Gonzalez is under center, back split behind him. Wing is left, receiver is short side left. Give up the middle again to Vaughn. That ball's out. It's a fumble. And I think Lander has it. Officials converging. I'm not sure any official saw that ball come out, but they're treating this like a fumble. And I thought I saw a black jersey fall on it. It is. It's a Lander Tiger turnover. Not sure who forced that in the big pile there, but it is going to be Gus Childers, who's at the bottom of the pile for Lander. The shutout is intact so far as Lander turns over Rawlins and gets the ball back with 3:26 to go in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Another touchdown would put us into running time. Another touchdown for Lander, which would make for a very speedy fourth quarter. See what the Tigers can do on this drive. Up 41-0 over Rawlins. Paxton Hollingshead operating from the right hash. Sends a man in motion, so now 3 receivers wide side left. Give is to Braden Baker, makes one man miss, keeps his feet moving for a solid gain of 7 before he's brought down at the 35-yard line. Or right about. Braden Baker contacted initially there and forced a Rawlins outlaw defender off his jersey and found his way to the second level. Another nice run. Braden Baker with 4 touchdowns in this game, and 3 of them have come from more than 60 yards. All of them in the first half. 4 of the 6 Lander Tiger touchdowns the offense has scored tonight. Under 3 to go in the third quarter on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And the ball at the 34 of the Tigers with 2nd and 4 coming up. Paxton Hollingshead has 2 receivers wide side left. Wing attached left, empty backfield. Also receiver short side right. Paxton's going to have to step up, floats the ball deep down the field to Finn McFadden, who has it at the 30. 20, 10, 5, Lander Tiger touchdown from Paxton Hollingshead to Finn McFadden from 66 yards out. So Finn McFadden gets his long touchdown. There was a similar play called back after a great individual effort at the end of the play by Finn McFadden. But that one will count. 47-0 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard, pending the point after touchdown. Lander continues to pour it on Rawlins. Good snap, good hold. Line drive kick through the uprights is up and good. 48-0 Lander. Back after this on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Electric are your trusted electrical contractors in Lander. With over 30 years of experience, we excel in light and heavy commercial construction, residential remodeling, and service work. Our licensed electricians use only quality materials and are committed to meeting your construction schedules. For professional electrical services at competitive prices, choose Boyle Electric. Give your place's electrical wiring the touch of excellence. Call 307-332-8139.
Wyoming Catholic College is a unique institution that offers an immersion in the Western tradition, the beauty and challenges of the wilderness, and the treasures of the Catholic spiritual heritage. Our mission is to provide a unique educational experience that nurtures the body, mind, and spirit. We are proud of our alumni success stories and the learning opportunities we offer through our academic outreach programs. Come and explore our campus in Lander, Wyoming.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOVE and County10.com.
That was a 66-yard Paxton Hollingshead to Finn McFadden touchdown, the latest of now 7 touchdowns the Lander Tigers have put on Rawlins. 48-0 is the score from Lander Valley High School. All green all night long. And with 2:20 to go in the third quarter, Lander kicks the ball that's fielded by Rawlins at the 32-yard line. And now we should have running time. Clock is rolling as we speak, so with this margin, when one team is up by this much, clock will only stop for official timeouts or team timeouts, which, if this margin stays over 45 points, as it is right now, should make for a quick second half. Clock rolls now under 2 minutes, so Rawlins set to take the first snap of this drive from their own 32. Gonzalez is under center. Ball dead center of the field, has a receiver wide side to the left. Gonzalez rolls that way. Under pressure, is going to have to just throw this ball darn near into the visiting bleachers on the far sideline. Smart play. Despite the incompletion with running time, clock continues to roll with 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Maybe a chilly bunch of Lander Tiger fans in the bleachers in front of us, but have to be warm on the inside. This is as good as Lander football has looked in a while. Rawlins, we know, is down this year. They're having similar struggles as Lander has over the last couple of years, but they have played pretty well with pretty good teams here and there, as has Lander, and the Tigers got the better of Rawlins here tonight. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Gonzalez under center. This will be a counter, and before the counter action can even take place in the backfield, Cody West is there to eat that up. Super impressive defensive play. Not sure if he read that or just blew it up. See if we can get the end of that on the Gambles replay. See Cody West coming in from the right side from the second level for a loss of 6. That will go down as a sack. And we'll bring up a third down and about 15. Ball now at the 26 of Rawlins. Outlaws should snap this before the end of the third quarter. Gonzalez is under center. Pitch out to the left side is Torstenboe. Torstenboe has a lane and some room down the far sideline. Watch out, 30-20. Torstenboe's going to go. Brayton Torstenboe, the senior, with some speed at the end of the play, will account for Rawlins' first touchdown of the game. Makes the score 48-6 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard and stops the clock with 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Impressive run, some nice blocking on the left side. Lander's done a great job across their defensive line of containing things, but that was spread out wide just far enough where the senior got the edge. And we'll see what Rawlins wants to do here. Just lining up for a standard PAT. No reason not to. If they were to get back in this game, they have about 5 more of those touchdowns to go. PAT is up. And good, but there's a flag at the end of the play. So we will hold on. They're going to wave off the flag. No penalty on the play. So 48-6 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Now there are 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And Lander's going to be getting the ball back. Note for the fans sitting outside in the elements in front of us, that will negate our running time for the moment too. Margin is now only 41, so we'll go back to standard time to at least start the fourth quarter. Got to give Rawlins some credit for fighting back, showing some heart. That was a nice run by the senior Torstenboe. Good job by the offensive line and making that play work. Long touchdown. And Lander set to receive the kickoff with only 3 seconds left in the quarter. Any return at all would make this the last play of the frame. Lander getting their kick return unit on the field. Have right now only Finn McFadden back deep to return this, which I guess is their usual formation, a 4-2-2-2-1 kick return for Lander. Finn McFadden standing at the left hash, which is where Rollins' kicker has it as his own 40. McFadden's at his own 20, now his own 15. He's going to get a shot at this one. Finn McFadden with a clear space in front of him from the 10. Trying to find the seam, does as the buzzer sounds for the end of the corner, but play continues across the 40. Nice return of 26 yards from Finn McFadden to the 41-yard line. That will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Final frame coming up from Lander. All Tigers 48-6 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Back right after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
For personalized banking at Central Bank and Trust. We offer personal and business banking tailored to your needs. Enjoy the convenience of our online banking platform, whether managing accounts, applying for mortgages, or going paperless. With branches across Fremont County, we provide drive-through and lobby services. Experience simpler applications for mortgages and loans, all from your computer or mobile device. Connect with us at centralbanktrust.com.
Introducing WyoGlass, your local glass experts. From windows to showers, we got you covered. We're proud to be a part of the Lander community and a local sports sponsor. We're dedicated to serving all of Fremont County, so you can trust us with your residential and commercial windows and doors, auto glass, shower doors, and garage doors. For quality service and local support, choose WyoGlass. Visit us at wyoglassoflander.com or on Main Street in Lander today.
And welcome back to Lander Valley High School for the start of the fourth quarter where Lander is all over Rawlins, 48-6 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Scott Fuller with you. Glad to have you joining us at 1330 KOV and county10.com. Lander with the ball after a Finn McFadden kick return to the 41. Braden Baker gets the carry for about 3 yards to the 44. Have a score update for that Riverton-Torrington game after the first three quarters. Riverton 21, Torrington 6. Interesting final to keep our eye on here in a little bit. $11.5 to go here in Lander. Tigers taking plenty of time as they draw up their 2nd and 7 play call from their own 44. Been all Tigers here tonight, that's for sure. Rawlins just adding a late, long touchdown run. That's been all their offense so far. Braden Baker helps his quarterback with a high snap, breaks a couple of tackles across midfield to the 45 of Rawlins. 40, 35-30, looking for one more edge to the 20. He is still going inside the 20, all the way down to the 18-yard line goes Braden Baker. Huge run of 37 yards for Braden Baker all the way down deep inside Rawlins territory. What might be his last series of the game. I don't have stat lines for him. We know about the touchdown runs, and we know how many touchdowns, but in a ballpark, 325 yards on the ground for Braden Baker. That might be low. So on 1st and 10, from inside the 20-yard line of Rawlins, Paxton Hollingshead is now out of the game. Back up in the game is Parker Burton, who scrambles around and finds an edge on the right side. That was a broken play in the backfield as Parker Burton. I'm not sure if that was an RPO read or if he was supposed to give that ball to Braden Baker. But Parker Burton is going to score from 18 yards out. It's going to bring our score to 54-6. Hollingshead done for the day, and Parker Burton into the game as a backup quarterback. Scrambles for 18. And the PAT was no good. So the score on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard is 54-6. Be right back after this on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.
Rehab's founding principle on you is evident from your first visit to the last. Our practice model ensures treatment as you deserve, a private one-on-one session with a licensed therapist the entire visit, every visit. All therapists hold advanced credentialing, including 2 certified hand therapists, an orthopedic clinical specialist, an MDT therapist, as well as pelvic floor and pregnancy rehab offerings. With over 100 years of combined experience between our 7 clinicians, Elevate is your ticket to health. Find us in Lander or DuBois and visit our website or Facebook page. Choose Elevate Rehab to elevate your outcomes.
Back to Lander Valley High School, fourth quarter action, all Tigers here on this Friday evening. Lander up on Rawlins 54-7, adding on an 18-yard touchdown scramble from Parker Burton in at backup quarterback. The latest touchdown in what's been a parade of scoring for Lander's offense. And on the kickoff, bit of a squib kick right at an upman for Rawlins, who is run side to side for no gain eventually. Ball will be at the 40-yard line of the Outlaws. Under 10 minutes to go, and now we have entered running time territory again with a margin over 45 points. So the clock is already rolling, under 10 minutes to go. Scott Fuller here. Andrew had a great observation a couple of minutes ago. Lander has not punted in this football game. Not sure it's a findable factoid, but I wonder if that holds, I wonder the last game that Lander played that they did not punt in. It was not this season. Sure, it wasn't last season. Wyoming-football.com is the only resource I can think of for such things. We might pose that to those guys this week and see if we can send them on a homework assignment. Rawlins football, 1st and 10 from their own 40. This is a give-off right tackle behind the quarterback to Braden Torstenbow. That is read nicely. And Torstenbow is going to be brought down after a loss of about... He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage somehow, it looks like. Great effort by Torstenbow to fight back to the 40, so no gain on the play. Cody West in on the tackle for the Tigers. Clock rolls at 8:45. Running time from LVHS as the Tigers are up 54-7. 2nd and 10. Gonzalez from the right hash has a couple of backs split behind him. Give straight ahead to Grant. Vaughn Grant fights forward for a gain of about 3. 3rd down upcoming. And the ball now up to the 43.5 of Rawlins as the Outlaws look for 6 more. Line of gains just about midfield. 8-minute mark of the 4th quarter. A lot to be happy about for Lander Tiger fans tonight as they round out what's going to be their first conference victory in the 3A East of the season. 3rd and 6. Gonzalez under center for Rawlins. A little movement on the left side of the Lander defensive line and a nice run across the 50 is Torstenbow to the 40-yard line of Lander. That is going to be a pickup of 15 and an easy first down conversion for the Outlaws. 7.5 on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. One of the better runs of the night for any Outlaws back. With the exception of Torstenbow's 60-plus yard scamper, that's the only scoring of the night for the Outlaws. 54-7. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Gonzalez now has his team on the left hash. He is under center. Rawlins quarterback with back split behind him. Single receiver wide side to the right. Gonzalez in trouble in the backfield. That's going to be a massive sack. Brought down at the 50-yard line as Gonzalez rolled right into Lander's left edge pressure. And that was Zane Espinoza, I believe, with the second big play of the night for him. So that's going to be a loss of 10 on the sack. Brings up 2nd and 20. Clock is rolling with running time in the 4th quarter. Under 6.5 to go on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. Rawlins has to drop a 2nd and forever play now after the nice sack on 1st down. I think that play might have ended up all right for Rawlins. But great left edge pressure. Rawlins quarterback Chris Gonzalez rolled right into it. Ball center of the field right at the Tiger logo on 2nd and 20. Gonzalez under center. This is a pitch to the right side to Torstenbow, who has a lane and some speed again. Torstenbow's threatening down the right side all the way down to the 20-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds for a gain of 30. Actually, a gain of 32 as the ball's at the 18-yard line. So Braden Torstenbow is not giving up. Neither is the Rawlins offensive line. Nice run there. 5.5 to go. 54-7. Lander on top of Rawlins on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. But the Outlaws are knocking on the door yet again. Rawlins has not scored a touchdown from inside the red zone tonight. This is only their 2nd trip. First trip was a fumble that was forced. Turnover caused by Lander. This time a run straight up the middle. I think that was Vaughn Grant for a solid gain of 7. And the ball down to the 11. 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Under 5 minutes to go. Rawlins obviously no ideas to win this game at this point, but They, too, have another conference game coming up next Friday, and a bit like the situation Lander found itself in, you like to end the game as strong as you can to use that as a good week of practice and springboard for next Friday night. Certainly was the case for the Tigers tonight. On 2nd down and 4, Rawlins runs a give to Von Grant straight up the middle for about 5, maybe 6, good enough for a first down inside the 10, all the way down to the 6-yard line. So goal to go with first down at the 4-minute mark of the fourth quarter here on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard from Lander Valley High School. Tigers easily going to take their first conference victory and look for another next Friday right back here against Buffalo. But Rawlins would like to add on to that before the end of this game. After the first down run, it is first and goal from the 6. Gonzalez is under center. Back split behind him. Wing motion. Instead, a give up the middle to Von Grant, who falls his big self forward for about 3, down to the 3. Second and goal coming up. Nice night for senior night. Traditionally, you have that at the last regular season home game, but seniors will have one to remember as the Tigers are up 54-7. Second and goal for Rawlins from the 3, trying to add some respectability points on the scoreboard here. Von Grant the carry again. Von Grant from 3 yards out is in for a Rawlins touchdown. So honestly, a nice drive from Rawlins there. Short field, they started from their own 40 after a short kind of onside-ish kick from Lander. But moved the sticks a couple of times. Running back showing off. Braden Torstenbow with a nice 25-yard run on that series. And then Von Grant put it in. 3 yards for the senior running back. Makes it 54-13 pending the PAT. It is blocked. Standing up to block that was number 67. Was that Espinoza again? Was. A couple of sacks for him in this game. And now a blocked PAT. Score remains 54-13. And that also stops the clock. So we're now back inside for the second time in the half. We're back inside the margin for running clock. So we'll go back to traditional clock for the moment, pending a Lander score, with 2:55 remaining in the game. Thanks to some of our sponsors making this broadcast possible, like Fremont Chevy GMC in Riverton. They support our local athletes all over Fremont County. Your hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed, and Fremont Chevy GMC is here for you every step of the way. 1401 North Federal in Riverton. Also thanks to YDOT. They remind you that seatbelts save lives. Buckle up so you can stay in the game every time, every ride. Scott Fuller with you from Lander Valley High School. Happy night for Tiger fans. Lander on top of Rawlins 54-13. And Lander's going to get the ball back with a chance to make that number a 60. This will be a good time for Rawlins to practice their onside kick, or some variation of it. It's always tricky in games like this. Rawlins looking for conference win number 1, but you never know how things are going to shake out. And next week's opponent is watching, so you don't want to give up too much on film, but you also want to use this time as productively as you can. So we'll see what Rawlins elects to do here from the right hash. Lander is not expecting anything strange. They're in their typical 4-2-2-2-1 kick return with Finn McFadden deep at his own 10. The kick is straight to Finn McFadden. He's going to have some room here. If he can catch it on the run, he does, to the 20. Immediately engulfed, though, at the 22-yard line by 3 white jerseys. So McFadden, with his couple of chances on the kick return, had a couple of nice returns. It's actually the shortest of the night for Finn McFadden. Imagine he feels all right about the evening, though, as he was the recipient of a 66-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter, showing off his athletic ability and inclusion in the passing game that we've kind of been waiting on to this point. The clock is actually running right now, under 2.5 to go. So we might just still be in running time anyway. Backup quarterback in the game for Lander is Parker Burton. Burton's going to be from the gun. Caleb Larvey is to his right. No, it's not Caleb Larvey. I have to go further down the roster as we get into backups into this game. And I don't even have a 28 on my roster, so my apologies for the ball carrier on that last run. I think we have 2-8 in the game, and I don't have one. Or is that 20? Maybe I saw that incorrectly. No, 20 doesn't make a whole lot of sense either on my roster. And now Cody West is in there. Clock is rolling at 1:15 to go. Lander, after the first down run, is at their own 35-yard line. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Give to Cody West. Cody, left tackle, trying to find that edge to the 40. Falls ahead there after a gain of 5. 1 minute mark, and the clock rolls. And the party can start in Lander. Hard-earned culmination of a lot of off-season camps and practice time and tough losses and victories, leading to a blowout of Lander over Rawlins. Tigers have to snap this one more time, and they can call themselves victors here on senior night. 54-13 looks to be the final, pending the result of this last play. Burton's in victory formation. He'll take that snap, take a step back, take a knee, and the Lander Tigers will take away their first 3A East Conference victory of the season. That's going to be the final, 54-13. Lander Tigers over Rawlins. Back after this for the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show coming up next on 1330 KOVE and County10.com.
Welcome to Fremont Chevrolet GMC Riverton, where we exceed your expectations and deliver the best service possible. Located on Federal in Riverton, we're here to make local car shopping fun again. Explore our wide selection of new and used Chevrolet and GMC vehicles. As truck and trailering experts, we offer a variety of options tailored to your needs. Experience exceptional customer service and competitive prices. Visit our website at FremontChevyGMCRiverton.com to find your next vehicle today.
Porter's Mountain View Supply, your local experts in fire and water. We got everything you need for new installs to accessories, and don't forget our great selection of stoves, grills, and spas. We've been serving Wyoming for over 40 years, so you know you can trust us for quality products and expert service. Visit portersmvs.com or stop by our Riverton or Casper locations today. Porter's Mountain View Supply, located on 750 East Sunset Drive in Riverton.
Myers Gambles is your one-stop shop for furniture, mattresses, and appliances in Lander, Wyoming. We have an unbeatable selection of furniture for your living room, bedroom, and dining room. Plus, we have the latest trends in home furnishings. Our mattresses are comfortable and affordable, and our appliances are built to last. Whether you're looking for a new TV, sofa, or refrigerator, we have the perfect finish, style, and function for your home. Visit us at 420 Main Street in Lander, or check out our website, landergambles.com.
Watch every Tigers game in high-definition streaming video on the County 10 YouTube page. Now, more Tiger football on KOVE and County10.com.
And welcome into the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show from victorious Lander Valley High School. Fun atmosphere tonight. This one never really in doubt. The Lander Valley Tigers have taken care of Rawlins at home on senior night, 54-13, the final. Once again, Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show. They are proud to support our local athletes. Our full-service tire and auto shops, 755 South Federal in Riverton and 1305 West Main in Lander. are available for you. I think we may have to stop on the way back home tonight after that. Have a victory snack at Bailey's here in Lander. So the final score, 54-13. I'm going to go ahead and recap the scoring now. If we do get head coach Jim Burton up here, I want to give him some time to make some post-game comments. And there was so much Lander scoring tonight, it's going to take us a little bit. It got started early. Braden Baker on the very first play from scrimmage popped off a 72-yard touchdown run to put Lander up 7-0. Baker adding on to that with an 11-yard touchdown run with 7:51 to go in the first quarter. Baker then had a 60-yard touchdown run with 5:08 to go in the first quarter. Braden Baker had a 62-yard touchdown run with 9:35 to go in the second quarter. Braden Baker had 200 yards, roughly 200 yards of touchdown yardage in the first half of this game, and his 4 touchdowns make it a career night for him. Adding on to the scoring, Parker Burton threw the ball to Landon Jones for an 11-yard halfback touchdown pass. Pitch out to Parker Burton, who's the backup quarterback for Lander. Tossed it to Landon Jones in the end zone for 11 yards. That at 1:05 remaining in the second quarter. And at that point, obviously, 5-touchdown lead after the first half. For the Tigers, they added Caleb Larvey into the mix with 11:47 to go in the third quarter with a 15-yard touchdown run. And then Paxton Hollingshead found Finn McFadden for a 66-yard touchdown throw and catch with 2:20 to go in the third quarter. That was all the scoring, but plenty of it for the Lander Tigers as they are victorious on senior night. Final score again, 54-13. And we are going to have a chance to speak with head coach Jim Burton, victorious tonight over Rawlins here on the Bailey Tire and Auto post-game show. And Coach, congratulations, first of all. Big win, big night for your team. I'm going to get this one out of the way first because the kids go out there, they execute, they're the players. But this game doesn't happen without a lot of coaching work throughout the week, throughout the whole season, throughout the off-season. Any reflections on you and your staff after tonight?
You know, again, all of the kids, they've got to do it. No matter what the play is called, they have to do it. The staff's been awesome. Defensive staff, Rounds and the boys had a hell of a game plan. Pardon my French, sorry. Had a great game plan, and the boys executed it. Just studying this, it's a very different offense, this wing tee they're running. And it's something you have to be we're a whole different defense. You know, everything's new. Again, even the young guys at the end, they haven't repped that a lot, but they got in and got some good licks in. Top to bottom, just a great game.
Offensively, line played great. It's tough not to single out Braden Baker. Unofficially, something like 200 yards of touchdown runs, yardage in 4 touchdowns. But again, that doesn't happen without a full offensive team effort. But Braden was special tonight.
You know, and we went with we didn't play much defense at all. Keep him fresh. Mm-hmm. I think that makes all the difference. He's got fresh legs and just goes. And then the O-line, we joked that you could have driven 2 Mack trucks through some of those holes. Nothing happens without those boys up front. Pax reading the defense on the RPO looks and things like that. Just uncanny how well that he played. But the O-line, Baker's going to owe him something. I don't know, a couple Big Macs each. Might be a party at McDonald's tonight, or I don't know.
It was a real special performance, fun to watch. 2 quick ones here. Senior night, nice victory, obviously, for the seniors to take away and always remember the thumping they put on Rawlins on their senior night, but just reflect on that class of seniors that you have.
You know, it's a group that has really put in the work. There's not a lot of them. You know, they're not a huge senior class, but they've been dedicated. They show up, they work hard, and they ball out. They play every day. So it gets me a little because you know, got maybe 1, hopefully 2 more, 3 more games. You know, maybe 4. You know, go see what we can do, make a run. But the senior class is special. It's hard every year to say goodbye to some of those kids, and then hope they go and be successful and. And then get a couple of them to come back and help coach. And I'd take any of these kids back anytime. In the weight room, they're just animals, right? This senior class is special. They work hard. and they play really well.
They've been a lot of fun to watch all year long. Last question. Buffalo is coming up. Now's the time of year it gets fun in high school football. All kinds of matchups and scenarios for you. It's a home game. It's a regular season finale. No, you haven't looked down the road too far yet, but that Buffalo game becomes a lot more interesting now.
It's a playoff game, and that's how we're going to treat it, because we win, we're in for sure, no matter what. And that's how we have to treat it. Whatever other scenario or whatever crap, it's a playoff game. We win, we're in.
All right, thanks, Cokes. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week.
Go Tigers.
Head coach Jim Burton here on the Bailey Tire and Auto postgame show following a statement victory, you might say. Lander 54, Rawlins 13, the final on the Fremont Chevy scoreboard. And you heard a lot there from head coach Jim Burton. A lot to cover. Big victory, kind of that defining win that this program needed, coming off a tough loss last Friday. And just to be able to tell the rest of the state, we are not the Lander Tiger team that we have been in the past. We have a lot more to improve on and a lot to get better on. But we can show up and we can play, and they proved that tonight against a Rawlins team that admittedly, again, they're down this year, but you got to get out there and you got to play. And that does, the outcome of this game does make that Buffalo game a whole lot more interesting. That is going to be our last regular season broadcast, but as you heard Coach Jim Burton phrase it, it's basically a playoff game, and we will be here for it next Friday night, Buffalo and Lander. 6 o'clock kickoff right here from Lander Valley High School, and we'll have coverage on 1330 KOVE, 107.7 FM, and streaming video at county10.com. Thanks to Andrew Garcia for running our camera operations tonight. I'm Scott Fuller. Everybody have a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back here next Friday night for Lander Valley Tigers football on 1330 KOVE and county10.com.